Hello class, today we are filming from the yoga center here in the Bronx, one of the places where I trained. So let's get started as usual. Let's sit in our meditation pose. Remember, you have a couple of options. You can sit either like this or knees together this way. Either way, and for your hands, remember, either left hand on top or right, hands together, or palms facing up on your laps, be it here on your knees this way, or if you're sitting with legs crossed, then palms facing up here. So whichever hand position you choose, whichever way of sitting you choose, make sure that your back is straight, that your eyes are closed, mouth is closed, body is still. And let's get today's class started with a few deep breaths. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Let's continue to breathe normally, making sure that our back is straight, that our eyes are closed, mouth is closed, body is still. And let's ensure our whole body is loose as much as possible from head to toe. Forehead loose, eyes, face, cheeks, mouth, your jaw, your lips. No tension should be there on the neck or the shoulders, on the hands, the arms. Your chest should be relaxed, your abdomen as loose as possible, your back, lower, middle, and upper. Your hips, your legs, thighs, knees, calves, your toes, everything loose, everything relaxed, no tension, no stress anywhere. And in this way, let's hold a moment of stillness and silence until I let you know. Very well, slowly open your eyes. Today's class, we're going to do a little bit of theory. Besides the practice, it is also important to have some knowledge of the theory on why we do certain things. As you do more and more practice, eventually you start realizing why you do certain things, why you do certain positions, why we breathe a certain way. But for the purpose of learning and understanding a few things, we're just going to have this class more as of a listening. And at the end, we're going to finish with a love. We're going to call it love offering meditation, which is a meditation that we do, a guided meditation that we do here at the yoga centers, usually on Sundays on a ceremony called the love offering. So we're going to finish with that meditation. But for now, let's understand a few things about why we do certain things in yoga and in the way that we breathe and some of the poses. The main purpose of the poses is for us as students of yoga, of meditation, to have a healthy body, a strong enough body, a flexible enough body, so that we can sit in meditation, so that we can focus without our body being an obstacle, a distraction, without our body being in pain or sick or weak, where we cannot hold the position, where we cannot focus because our body again is distracting. So because of this, initially, according to the tradition, to the yoga tradition, when the yoga masters, when the enlightened masters try to teach meditation to a few students, they noticed that there were some issues. When the student was supposed to sit in meditation, they will have a cramp, and then they had to move, their concentration is broken. Or I'm feeling, or my back is not strong enough, and then I'm, falling, or my body's in pain. And because of this, or if I am sick with any health issue, with any pain, then forget about anything about meditation or about controlling your mind, because automatically the attention goes to where the pain is, to where the disease is. So the purpose was for meditation, but when they encountered this obstacle of these issues with the body, then they started to design, okay, this student has a weak immune system, or this student is not flexible enough. And according to each student, they started developing these different poses, these different exercises, these different sequences, so that we, eventually, the student, could have a strong enough body, a healthy enough body, so that when he or she sat down, the body was no longer an issue. So that is the main purpose of it. And today, it is still the purpose, and yet we see that that level of health, of strength, of flexibility transfers into many other areas of our life, because it's not just for meditation. Anything that requires focus or a certain amount of time spent and energy spent, let's say that you want to focus on your homework as a student, or if you're a teacher, on your lesson plans, or if you're studying for your master's, or you have to prepare a lecture or something. It requires a certain amount of focus, or you're studying for whatever subject you're doing. If your body is not in a healthy enough condition, you are not going to be able to stay on task for any particular amount of time, because again, the body becomes a distraction. You start doing your homework, and then you're feeling pain, or you are unhealthy, or you are weak, or you are not flexible enough to hold a position in any particular time. So this is why the beauty of these yoga exercises that makes us stronger, makes us healthier, makes us more flexible, gives us more balance, so that when we decide to go at a task, be it learning, be it teaching, be it even playing, if your body's not in a good enough condition, you will not be able to enjoy the game. So that's the beauty of it. Now, that's when it comes to the different poses and the different exercises that we do, that we have been doing in all this in all these past videos, it goes towards that purpose. Now, when it comes to the breathing, so far we have learned 2 breathing exercises, but there are many, many more. Almost just as much as there are many different poses, there are also different breathing exercises. Because again, the masters that studied the behavior and the workings of the body and of the mind and of the breath, they started to notice a correlation between the breathing and the state that your mind is in. If you are angry, you breathe a certain way. If you are calm, you breathe another way. If you are in fear, your breathing goes one way. And according to your different levels of emotions, your breathing correlates towards that. So with this in mind, the master decided, wait a second, let's create different breathing exercises so that we can, through the breath, help control the mind. So that if a mind is too scattered, thinking about a bunch of stuff, notice it. When we do our breathing exercises and we are holding the breath and we are breathing in a controlled manner, automatically your mind calms down. It is very difficult to be angry, to be upset, to be wildly distracted while you are doing the breathing exercises that we do in our class. Because again, your state of mind affects your breath, and also in the opposite direction it works. Your breath, or how you breathe, affects the way your mind is working. And so this is why different breathing exercises were created. There are breathing exercises, believe it or not, to help you increase your body temperature, so that if you are too cold, it will help you to stay warm. A lot of the Wim Hof, if you're familiar, Wim Hof method, he has developed a breathing exercise where he can go off in the snow and in cold weather and he feels fine. He doesn't feel the cold. Or if he feels it, he has explained, it's not overwhelming. He can manage it. Same thing, there are monks in Tibet, similar exercise, where with their breathing in extremely cold temperatures, they even put a wet blanket in cold temperatures, and within a few minutes, that blanket, it is dry. It's actually one of their tests. They have to, in the cold weather, freezing weather, shirtless, they place this cold blanket wet on them, and through these breathing exercises, they're supposed to increase their body temperature to a level that they dry out the blanket. And also there are breathing exercises to help you cool down the body, so that when the weather is too hot outside, you can kind of cool off and manage your own body temperature. So in this way, that's why we learned a few different breathing exercises. The two breathing exercises that we have learned throughout these few classes, they're more geared towards controlling our mind, calming it, helping us focus. That's the main purpose for right now. Eventually, maybe as more videos come along and we continue to make progress, maybe we can keep learning more and more of these things. However, there are some rules and some standards, so some things should definitely not be taught on video. So, but as far as for our purposes, for learning in school, for a little bit of health, for concentration, for focus, to calm our mind down, to relieve some stress, there are a few simple things that we can teach, and that's what we are doing, teaching and learning here through video. So I hope this gives you a more or less good idea of why we do certain things the way that we do. And with that, let's then finish today's class with the love offering meditation, or the love offering guided meditation, which is a meditation that we do at the yoga centers, usually on Sundays, like I mentioned before, in a ceremony called the love offering. So pick your sitting position with your back straight, left hand on top of right. Let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale, hold, exhale. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Let's continue to breathe normally and ensuring that all our body is relaxed from head to toe. Let's now focus and use our visualization, our imagination to visualize, to imagine our heart. Focus on your heart. Visualize it in the center of your chest, beating, pumping blood throughout your whole body. Focus on your heart. Feel it if possible. Try to see it as clearly as possible within your mind. Now let's go within the heart using our mind again, our visualization, our imagination. Visualizing that we are going to the very center of the heart. And there at the center, we visualize a light, a white light, a light that represents love, peace, harmony, truth. And visualize how this light begins to expand, covering all of our heart. And as it covers our heart, it heals. It's a healing light, a loving light, a light full of compassion. And then this light expands through whole of our body until all of our body within and also without is covered in this light. Every organ, every system in our body, every cell, every molecule, every bone, every atom in our body is covered in this light that emanates from the heart, this light of love, of peace, of harmony and truth. And the more this light expands, the more there is to give. And now this light continues to expand, covering the whole room where we happen to be, where every space and everyone within the room that we are in at the moment is covered in this light. And both animate and inanimate objects, both people, animals, rocks, chairs, furniture, everything is covered and touched by this light. And everything is healed by it. And then we continue to expand this light to all of our apartment or all of our house, all of our neighborhood, until everyone in our neighborhood is covered in this light that comes from the depths of our heart. And the nature of this light is to give without expectation, without discrimination. It gives itself to all equally. And from my neighborhood, it goes to our whole city, to our whole state, and all of our country, bringing peace, bringing love, bringing harmony and truth to everything and everyone it touches, to the plants, to the animals, to the rocks, to the people, to the water, to the earth, to the air, everything and everyone. And this light continues to expand from our heart until we see the whole world from North Pole to South Pole, all people, everyone and everything touched by this light that emanates from the bottom, from the depths of our heart. And the more we give, the more we have. And this light continues to expand to the planets, to the moon, to the sun, to all of our solar system, to all of the universe, until everything that is created, near and far, seen and unseen by us, is touched by this light that emanates from the depths of our heart. And in this way, maintaining a loving attitude, we remain in a few moments of silence and stillness. You can either mentally repeat the sound Om, or you can simply remain as a witness, allowing the thoughts to come and go without fighting them. In this way, we remain silent and still for a few moments until I say. Very well. Keeping our eyes closed. Let's take a couple of deep breaths together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Slowly open your eyes. Oh, very good. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Feel free to email me with any questions. And I was glad to be able to film today from one of our yoga centers. And we'll stay in touch, hopefully. I'll see you guys on the next class. Bye-bye.